put the hit out, they got pop killed.
I ain't never made a call to Diddy, really? I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
Eminem and Diddy have never really been friends, but they've also never had an open fight. People say that might be because Diddy has always been a little afraid of Eminem, even while Diddy was in jail. Diddy has a shady past, but there's one person he never dared to mess with: Eminem. Eminem is a rap legend with deep roots in tough street circles. He never just talked tough, he was actually tough. He even stood up to people like Suge Knight, who was feared in the industry. And Diddy knew not to cross him. If you listen to Eminem's album Shady 15, you can tell he's not someone to mess with. Behind his blonde hair and crazy Slim Shady image, there's a serious side to Eminem that most people don't see. He has deep connections in the streets, loyalty, and silent support from powerful people. Back in the early 2000s, Eminem was becoming one of the biggest stars in the world. But even with his fame, he stayed loyal to his close circle. People like 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and reportedly, even some street gangs. One group mentioned is a Samoan gang from Los Angeles that's said to have helped him when some Crips tried to extort him. While these connections were never confirmed officially, they've been talked about a lot behind the scenes. These strong alliances gave Eminem real protection and respect in the streets. So why would Diddy be scared of Eminem? Not just because of his lyrics, but because of the real power and street reputation he had. Unlike other rappers who brag, Eminem kept things quiet, but insiders say his ties ran deep. For example, there's a story that some Crips tried to make Eminem check in and show respect to them in their area, but he refused. Whether the full story is true or not, many say that moment proved he wasn't someone you could intimidate. As for Diddy, over the years he's been linked to serious rumors, drive-by shootings, armed break-ins, and even explosions, though nothing has been proven in court. Still, these stories built up his image as someone dangerous. But even then, Diddy reportedly feared Eminem's connections and how far Eminem was willing to go to protect himself and his team.
I don't know, it just seemed like he was the whole package. And what's crazy about it to me is the charisma and the personality everything matched the intensity of his music.
Eminem's bond with 50 Cent, who also has a rough street background, made things even more intense. Together, they sent a strong message. Messing with Eminem meant dealing with real consequences. Some believe that Eminem's cryptic lyrics and subtle jabs at Diddy were warnings, not just clever wordplay. 50 Cent also publicly criticized Diddy, adding more fuel to the fire.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
There are even conspiracy theories that powerful people tried to silence Eminem and 50 Cent during their peak years, but nothing's been proven. What's clear, though, is that under the surface, there was a real power struggle between music, street influence, and personal rivalries. At the heart of it all was Eminem's rumored deep connection to Samoan gangs in LA. These weren't just regular bodyguards, they were known fighters with loyalty and strength. They'd been around since the 1990s and were respected in South Central LA. Some say they helped protect Eminem and his manager when the Crips tried to shake them down. In short, Eminem's street backing made him more than just a rapper. He was someone with serious allies, which kept people, even powerful ones like Diddy, from crossing him. When Eminem became famous in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the hip-hop world wasn't just about music. It was also about power, reputation, and survival. Being a big name came with risks, especially when rivalries and street politics were involved. So having strong support and protection mattered a lot. Unlike some other rappers, Eminem wasn't flashy or loud about his connections. He stayed quiet and humble, but when it came to serious threats, he didn't back down. At one point, it's believed that Eminem was being extorted by the Crips, a dangerous street gang. But after a few phone calls were made, help came in. That help reportedly came from powerful Samoan gangs based in Los Angeles. These weren't just hired bodyguards. They were respected street groups known for loyalty, toughness, and not backing down from anyone. Between 2001 and 2003, as Eminem's fame exploded along with artists like 50 Cent and Dr. Dre, who were also connected to the streets, he quietly formed alliances with these crews. This gave Eminem more protection and influence than people realized. A major incident happened during one of his trips to Los Angeles. A group connected to the Crips tried to make him check in, a street rule where outsiders must show respect to local gangs. Refusing that is usually seen as a challenge and can lead to violence. but Eminem refused to check in. Surprisingly, nothing happened. The Crips backed off, likely because they knew he had serious backup behind him. Another important moment took place in 2003 during the shoot for 50 Cent's famous In Da Club music video. Suge Knight, who had a terrifying reputation in the music industry, showed up to scare people. But Eminem arrived with about 20 Samoan men, ready for anything. People who were there, like Tony Yayo and The Game, said Eminem didn't back down.
And it's the about Suge. He light the cigar and he trying to see what you gonna do. So Eminem, 50, everybody outside. This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real
Suge ended up leaving without starting anything. That day proved that Eminem wasn't just a successful rapper, he was someone with real street power behind him. Eminem kept all of this private. His public image was the rebellious white rapper from Detroit, not someone involved with gangs. So most people outside the industry had no idea about his real connections. Then, in 2018, Eminem dropped a shocking line in his diss track Killshot aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. In that song, he hinted that Diddy might be connected to Tupac's death. It wasn't just a random diss, it was a bold and risky statement. This helps explain why even someone as powerful as Diddy may have been afraid to mess with Eminem. His strength didn't just come from his words or songs, it came from the quiet but powerful allies standing behind him. Eminem never acted tough just for show. The people who stood with him made sure no one could touch him, and that's what made him truly untouchable. What shocked people most was how Diddy reacted. Instead of responding to Eminem's diss with music, interviews, or statements, he stayed completely silent. Diddy, known for being loud and confident, said nothing. Many think he realized fighting Eminem wasn't worth it. By then, Eminem wasn't just a rapper. He had real street respect, strong protection, and wasn't scared of big names like Suge Knight. His silence showed that Eminem was someone you didn't want to mess with. A big part of Eminem's strength came from his bond with 50 Cent. Around the mid-2000s, 50 Cent was rising fast and was very loyal to Eminem. Their friendship wasn't just about music, it was about trust. 50 Cent had his own serious problems with Diddy and wasn't afraid to speak out or fight back. He had survived real attempts on his life, showing the danger was real. So when 50 stood by Eminem, it sent a strong message. If you came after Eminem, you were also going to deal with 50 and his crew. That kind of backup made people like Diddy stay away from direct conflict. Recently, Diddy has been facing legal troubles and being linked to violent cases. While Eminem's name hasn't come up in court, 50 Cent's has. Some fans believe Eminem might know more than he says, and uses his lyrics to send warnings without saying too much. Even with all the danger around him, Eminem never seemed scared. Even when Suge Knight tried to intimidate him during a video shoot, Eminem showed up with his crew and stood firm. He didn't talk big, he let his actions speak. His strength came from loyalty and street respect, not bodyguards or flashiness. That's why even someone like Diddy, with all his power and secrets, was careful around Eminem. Even behind bars, people say Diddy feared what could happen if he messed with him. Eminem wasn't just a rapper, he was someone backed by real, loyal people who knew the streets. That made him one of the most untouchable people in hip-hop. That's all for the video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates.